Hi everyone, Bonnie here from Really Reasonable Ribbon, and today I'm going to teach you how to make this fun woven ribbon headband with a twist. The supplies that we're going to need to make the headband are a 3/4 inch white plastic headband, a couple alligator clips, a pair of scissors, a hot glue gun, a lighter to heat seal the ends of your ribbon, and 4 pieces of 3/8 inch grosgrain, which are each about 45 inches long. You can make the headband with 1, 2, or 3 colors. This sample is 3 colors of our neon grosgrain. This one I did with 2 colors. I did a zebra and a black grosgrain, and this is just pure white. One thing that is important to me when I'm doing the headbands is to keep the inside neat also, and to have the same continuation of pattern from end to end. The way that you do that is by placement of ribbon in your stack. So I always want the ribbon in the bottom left position to be at the bottom of my ribbon stack. I've already pre-sealed the ends of this. Really what you have to do is just run the lighter quickly over the end. You can see it melt a little, it beads up, and it will stop the ribbon from fraying. So I will take my light coral and it will stack. I will glue them together. It will stack on top of the aqua. Then the aqua will go next, and the jade will go on top to finish the stack. And we'll put a little dot of glue here and attach it to our headband. Now I've already done that with one so that we're ready to go. One other thing I wanted to quickly talk about was the first position of the weave. On this sample I left that flat, and on the zebra print one I started my twist right away. I think both of them look perfectly fine, and for the purposes of the demonstration we're going to do the flat one, because if you start and end with a twist it gets a little tricky. It would be really nice to have a third hand, and it's going to be really hard for me to demonstrate, so we're going to do the flat end. Not going to take a lot of time to talk about how to do the actual weave, since we have another video that will explain that totally. So here is our first position, and this is the one we're going to leave flat. So I'm going to do my next set of 4 weave until we get to this point. This will be our first twist, and I'm going to do a complete 360 twist, and I'm going to hold it out of the way with my thumb. What's important here is as you're going around the edge of the headband, I want it to be, the ribbon to be completely flat. If you don't hold your twist out of the way and it goes through folded over like that, it's going to cause a problem. So push the twist up, hold it securely with your thumb, and then do the next set of 4 in the weave. And here we are. Now that doesn't look real pretty. You got a nice gap there. The twist is kind of messy, but that's okay. Every time I do a set of 4, I usually tighten my ribbons, and I will also push it up to close the gaps. We're going to tighten each of the ribbons. We want to keep everything snug as you go through, and you want to make your adjustments and do your checks periodically, because it's very easy to fix when you see it right away. If you wait till you're down here, it's going to be hard to snug up something that happened back here. The first one is the hardest to look nice, so don't stress too much over the first round. Now do another complete 360 twist, and your next set of 4. And again, we're going to close up the gaps a little, tighten up the ribbons. Take a peek at the back just to make sure you didn't make any mistakes. One question that I was asked by several people on the last video is, what do you do when you notice that your center is either going to the right or the left? Well, what you do is you just go in and you twist it till it's back where you want it to be. If you're noticing gaps in it, you're going to push it up snugly, but just don't get too crazy with pushing it up, because if you do it too much, it gets all scrunchy and it doesn't look good that way either. So you want it to be just snug, but not overly snug. Basically, you just continue the same twisting and do your set of 4 weaves. Snug it up, take a look, make sure everything is working out the way you want it. What I use my alligator clips for is if I get interrupted, somebody's calling me, the phone's ringing, clip your alligator clip on, put it down, nothing will come apart or loosen up while you're gone. And I'm just going to keep continuing this same pattern that I do with each set of 4 moves, and we're going to continue that right around until we get to the other end. Just make sure you keep an eye on what's going on and snug up all your gaps as you see them. You know, these eventually we're going to be fixing so they're the way. I don't know if I can even show you. See how they stand up? They look like little fins. But those can all be manipulated at the end to get them where you want them. So what I'm going to do now is continue going around the headband, and when I get to the other end, I'll come back on and show you how we finish it off. See you in a bit. Okay. So this will be my last set with a twist, because I'm going to leave the very last one flat the same way as we did the beginning. Okay, and being that I'm overhanging a little, just to make it easier, I'm going to pull it back just for now. It'll end up going back where it belongs after we glue it. So make sure everything is nice and snug, each of the colors. Take a quick peek, make sure you didn't mess up the back. And we are going to finish off the end, and I do this exactly the same way as I do the regular woven headband. So on the front, I peeled back the top layer, put a dot of glue, and pull the aqua back over. While you still have a second to move things around, just make sure it's nice and snug in the way you want it. And then go to the back, and we're going to do the same thing. I usually just bend that out of the way however I can. Pull the top one back. Helps to have an extra hand now, but do the best you can. A little dab of glue. While you still have a little room, I just try to make sure that the ribbons are on top of each other, which means they're lined up in the right direction. Alright, then try to stay in the picture here. I open it back up, and I just try to get a little glue down both sides to hold it to the headband. Sorry, I'm having trouble staying in the camera picture here. Okay, so I'm going to pull it back down a little so it extends over the headband just a little bit. And press it down till it cools. And then I just trim the ends along I'll trim next to the aqua here. And then I just usually flip it over so I can follow the edge here too. And just so it doesn't fray, I come in with my lighter, heat it up. This is where you have to be a warrior. Usually if you're a crafter, your fingers are well calloused up anyway. And just pinch it together a little bit. That way the ribbon ends won't fray and make it look messy. And there you have it. And you may, you might have to fool around with it a little bit because we did just scrunch it up in order to finish off the ends. So you might have a gap here or there, but if you just move around a little, I'm sure it'll be fine. And there's your finished piece. Just beautiful.